This is Jarrod Horak, and in this video, I will analyze the Bourbonette Oaks at Turfway on March 22nd. And the Bourbonette Oaks is a Kentucky Oaks 2025 points race. I've covered 25 races on my Road to the Oaks video series so far, with my top choices getting 10 wins, 4 runner-up finishes, and 3 show finishes. A couple of my top choices have scratched out of this series, so I'm 10 for 23 on the Road to the Oaks. And I did post my latest Kentucky Oaks 2025 report at the runawayhorse.com on my Kentucky Oaks page on Monday, and that report includes points race recaps, updated point standings, and my fabulous 5 Kentucky Oaks contenders. So you can check out that article now at the runawayhorse.com, and I will include a link to that report in the video description below. And I posted my Fairgrounds Oaks video on Monday as well. That's a Kentucky Oaks points race. You can watch that one now on my channel. And later this week, I will be covering the Louisiana Derby at Fairgrounds, a Kentucky Derby points race, and the Jeff Ruby Stakes at Turfway, another Derby points race. I'll be doing other handicapping videos as well, so you can stay tuned for those later this week on my channel. And I will also be offering a Kentucky Oaks Day full card at Churchill later this spring, along with my annual Triple Crown Series full cards. And you will be able to find those full cards at the runawayhorse.com on my shop page. And the early weather forecast for March 22nd at Turfway calls for partly cloudy skies with a high temperature of 55. Now, the last 2 Bourbonette Oaks winners, Everland in 2024 and Botanical in 2023, they both prepped in the local Cincinnati Trophy Stakes. And Everland was 4th in that race, and Botanical was 1st. So we have some horses coming out of the Cincinnati Trophy, and they look like decent contenders this year as well. Now we're going to meet the field for the 2025 Bourbon Oaks, and I will give out Bourbonette Oaks, and I will give out my contenders from last to first. And this Bourbonette Oaks is the 11th race at Turfway, $300,000 purse, 3-year-old fillies, mile and a 16th on the all-weather track, and the scheduled post time is 5:43 p.m. Eastern Time. We have a field of 12 plus 2 also eligibles. Resolve is number 1. Leonard Powell is the trainer. Umberto Rispoli is going to ride, and she comes in from Southern California. Number 2, Somethinabouther, for trainer Brendan Walsh. She ran in that Cincinnati Trophy Stakes last time, rallying to finish 3rd. Declan Cannon is aboard. Admit was the Cincinnati Trophy runner-up for trainer Thomas Drury Jr. She's number 3 in here. Number 4, Zealous Moon, for trainer Riley Mott. Won last time out an all-weather route at Gulfstream Park. Jaime Torres is the pilot. Number 5, Bless the Broken, for trainer William Walden. John Velasquez is listed to ride, and she hit the board in her last 2 Kentucky Oaks points races, but they were on dirt, not on all-weather ground. Number 6, Getting After It, and this one ran well in all 3 starts, but is stretching out in distance for the first time in here. Number 7, As Catch Can, for trainer Jonathan Thomas, with Frankie Dettori aboard. She was 2nd in the Sweet Life Stakes last time. That was at Santa Anita on the downhill turf course. Number 8 is Golden Sunshine, for trainer Owen Hardy, and this one added Lasix and blinkers and broke the maiden last time out at Turfway at 1 mile. Number 9, Fixin to Be, for trainer Rusty Arnold. This one ran in the Sweetest Chance Stakes at Gulfstream last time and finished 4th, and that was a turf race. Number 10, Just Ruthless. This one was up the track in the Cincinnati Trophy last time after chasing the pace. Number 11, White Rocks, went wire to wire in that Cincinnati Trophy last time out. That was her 2nd consecutive win at 1 mile at Turfway Park. Number 12, Will Then, for trainer Jonathan Thomas. This one exits back-to-back wins, but hasn't run since winning the Grade 3 Jimmy Durante Stakes at Del Mar in November of last year. And then the 2 also eligibles, number 13, Bracelet, number 14, Classic Appeal. And now we'll go last to first. But first, we'll talk about the 2 also eligibles. And the first one is number 14 in here, and did wire the field as a 37-1 long shot in an all-weather maiden special weight route in her 2nd career start. And then she was last in a 13-horse field, 66-1 odds in the Grade 3 Honeybee last time. So I think getting back on all-weather ground is good, but she would definitely have a tough task if she got in. And then the other also eligible is number 13, Bracelet. And this one did stalk and score, break the maiden in a 1 mile maiden special weight event in her 2nd career start. And then she ran in the Cincinnati Trophy last time, and she was an even 4th. So she's probably going to be in for a wide stalking trip if she does draw into the field. And now we will go to the horse that I picked to finish 12th in here, and that's the 5, Bless the Broken. And this one is cross-entered in the Grade 2 Fairgrounds Oaks. And she hit the board in her last 2 stake starts at Fairgrounds, the Silver Bullet Day and the Grade 2 Rachel Alexandra. So if she does run in here, it would be her first start on all-weather ground. The horse that I picked to finish 11th is number 4, Zealous Moon, and she did win an allowance route. That was on all-weather ground at Gulfstream Park on February 2nd. She does lose Lasix this time, but she does have back-to-back bullet workouts for this. Her numbers are a bit light, so she would have to get faster to compete with these. The horse that I picked to finish 10th is number 9, Fixin to Be. Her last 3 stake starts, she finished 6th, 6th, and 4th. And this would be her first start on all-weather ground. So she would have to show more on a surface she hasn't run on because she wasn't a big threat in those stakes races that I just mentioned. The horse that I picked to finish 9th is number 10, Just Ruthless. And she did ship to Turfway Park, and she won an optional claiming race at 1 mile. And that was late last year. And then last time out in the Cincinnati Trophy, she chased White Rocks. White Rocks was out there setting the pace. Just Ruthless was chasing from second, could not keep up with that one, and she was beaten 14 lengths. So she definitely needs to prove herself in the stakes ranks if she's going to be a contender in this spot. The horse that I picked to finish 8th is number 12, Will Then. Not a great post for this one. She did win her final 2 flat mile turf starts. That was last year. And she hasn't run since the Grade 3 Jimmy Durante in November at Del Mar. So she's coming off of a layoff from November to March. She did get faster throughout her 2-year-old season. I think she could be better now. Obviously, she's had a lot of time to develop over the off season. But again, a tough post, first all-weather start. Let's see what she can do. The horse that I picked to finish 7th is number 8, Golden Sunshine. And this one added blinkers and then also added Lasix and picked up her first victory in her 6th lifetime start. That was on February 13th. Now, she was the favorite in that race last time out, and she was able to sit in mid-pack, and she won it by 4 1/4 lengths. But I think she's probably in too deep in this spot. The horse that I picked to finish 6th is number 1, Resolve. And this one is a flat mile turf runner shipping in from Santa Anita. And she did break her maiden in a 1 mile turf race last fall. And then in 3 of 4 starts since then, she was able to hit the board. So Umberto Rispoli is going to be her new rider. She does lose Lasix in here. And I can see her working out a decent trip, saving the ground behind the speed. But she's only has that 1 career win. The horse that I picked to finish 5th, that's number 6, Getting After It. And she did run well in all 3 of her sprint starts. So now she's going to stretch out for the first time. And her first start was on dirt. And then after that, she moved to all-weather ground at Turfway at 6 furlongs, and she ran well in both of those races. So she's going to stretch out in distance in her 3rd start after a layoff. She does have some ability. She is getting faster, but let's see what she can do, stepping up in class and facing route runners for the first time. Don't know how far she wants to go. We're going to find out in here. The horse that I picked to finish 4th is number 2, Somethinabouther. Now, this one did move from turf to the synthetic ground and won the Grade 3 Mazarine Stakes at Woodbine in November, and she was on first Lasix that day. And then she returned from a layoff, and she rallied to finish 3rd, and that was in the Cincinnati Trophy on February 21st. So Declan Cannon does ride her well. She's going to try to get involved from off the pace in her 2nd start after a layoff. So she's had that spin over the local track now, and if she can get enough pace help, maybe she can get involved from off the pace. Now we get to the top 3. The horse I picked to finish 3rd is number 7, As Catch Can. And she did finish in the trifecta in 5 of her last 6 starts. She missed by a neck in the Mazarine Stakes. I mentioned that Somethinabouther won that race, and that was last year. And then she won an all-weather optional claiming route at Woodbine in December. And then they went to Santa Anita last time in that Sweet Life Stakes, 6 1/2 furlongs on the turf course on February 9th. And she stalked the pace and she finished 2nd. Frankie Dettori's going to ride. She's versatile. She's a bit interesting in here. The horse that I picked to finish 2nd is number 11, White Rocks, and I think she is the one to catch in here. She rallied to finish 3rd. That was in her local debut, and she was placed 2nd through disqualification. Now, Admit, who's also in this race, won that event. And then in White Rocks' maiden victory, she made the lead. The pace wasn't fast, and she romped by 6 lengths. And that was a 1 mile race on January 16th. And then last time, she set a fast pace. They were aggressive early. She opened up by 8 lengths, and then she was able to beat Admit by 1 1/4 lengths. And that was in the Cincinnati Trophy at 1 mile last time out. So I think they maybe try the same tactics in this race. Try to just go to the lead from that outer post, open up a lead, and try to get the field strung out, and then try to just hold on and just outlast them. And we'll see if she can do that again. Wouldn't be surprised if she did. I'm going to go with, as my top choice, number 3, Admit, to turn the tables on White Rocks in here. And she did improve her speed ratings in all 5 career starts. And second time out, she did run a much better race. And then she shipped to Turfway, and she broke her maiden at 1 mile in December. And I already said that she defeated White Rocks that day. And she stalked from the inside post, and she was able to win again. That was a 1 mile race at Turfway on January 26th. And then last time she drew post 10 in that Cincinnati Trophy in that 1 mile race. She was sitting in mid-pack, and she was gaining on White Rocks in the late going, and she was 8-1 that day, and she was my top choice in that Cincinnati Trophy. I did that video for that Kentucky Oaks points race. And that race was on February 21st. So now she gets a much better post. She goes from post 10 to post 3, and I think that she might move up in her third start after a layoff. She gets a little bit more ground to work with as well. I don't think that's going to hurt her. I see White Rocks having the lead again. Admit saving ground this time instead of having to stalk wide like she did last time. And maybe that will make the difference, and she'll be able to get past White Rocks with that extra ground. If she can get a bit closer to her earlier, maybe she can turn the tables on White Rocks. So that's my look at the Bourbonette Oaks. And if you want a free pick each day, go over to the runawayhorse.com and click on the Better Bets blog tab at the top of my homepage. You can get a free pick from around the country each day. And don't forget to like, comment, and share these videos if you like them. Subscribe to my channel as well. It's free to subscribe, and I do post horse racing videos on my channel each week. So keep checking my YouTube channel for all of these horse racing videos. And we're very active right now, especially on the channel with all of these Road to the Oaks and Derby videos. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.